Sasha, what would you like to choose? Pain, suffering, or excitement and happiness?
I'll have excitement and happiness, please.
Why?
I like to be happy.
Okay, but imagine the situation that you are a writer in the face of a creative crisis and you are looking for a sparkle to start to create your masterpiece. Then what would you like to choose?
I don't know.
Don't you think that the negative experience works even stronger than the positive one?
I'm not sure.
That's right. And last year, we with Dr. Jesus Ramirez Bermudez made a very dense episode about the origins of creativity. We discussed many things. We discussed the common features between animals and humans. We discussed the importance of conflicts. We discussed art produced by psychiatric patients. However, I couldn't understand for a long time what influences the most the human creative process. The negative experience, like grief and sorrow, or the positive one, like excitement and happiness. All this time, this dilemma was itching in my mind until I opened the book of another neuroscientist, Dr. Antonio Damasio. And this book is called Feeling and Knowing. And the topic of this book is absolutely different, by the way. He's writing about the fabric of mind. However, surprisingly, I found an answer to my question, to my dilemma, and that's why I decided to share with you. Another point is that the history of art is full of examples when grief and sorrow indeed became fuel for creating a masterpiece. But I'm not a big fan of suffering, even a suffering for a great idea. And I would like to choose happiness as Sasha has done. However, the question remained. And Damasio writes the following words. I am simply giving pride of place to the following facts. First, the human experience of pain and suffering has been responsible for extraordinary creativity, focused and obsessive, responsible for inventing all kinds of instruments capable of countering the negative feelings that initiated the creative cycle. Second, conscious well-being and pleasure have motivated countless ways with which humans secured and enhanced conditions favorable to their lives individually and socially. Damasio concludes by the end of the chapter. And yet, pain alone, singular pain without the prospect of pleasure, would have promoted the avoidance of suffering, but not the seeking of well-being. Ultimately, we are puppets of both pain and pleasure, occasionally made free by our creativity. So, I will remain this point of video free for you to make any conclusions and comments about these words on the decision and the dilemma of positive and negative experience in creation process. However, I would like to also to hang a small spoiler here. In this episode about creativity, we with Dr. Ramirez Bermudez discussed that the creativity is a trait that each individual can express. You don't need to be extraordinarily genius to start to create something. However, exactly the creativity is the thing that helps to solve many inner conflicts. So go and feel free to create something. And also don't forget to like this video and to share it with your friends.